guys, welcome to week 4 of our online learning. This is our first video for pre-algebra. We're going to go back and review some equations with variables on both sides. We're just going to jump right into it. We're going to talk about a couple things that I want you to remember when we're doing these equations is remember that we are essentially trying to unwrap the variable. So you can think of it as unwrapping, you can think of it as undoing the operations that were already done to it. That's also called using the inverse operation. So remember that subtraction and addition are inverse operations, and multiplication and division are inverse operations. Okay? So if something's being multiplied, to undo it, we divide it. If something's being subtracted, to undo that, we add it. Right? So let's jump into this one. 5 plus 14a equals 9a minus 5. So we're going to first start by getting all of our variables on one side and our numbers on the other side. Okay? So I like to keep my variables on the left, but you can do whatever's easier for you. You can change it up every time. You can look at the problem and decide what you want to do. I just kind of have that one little thing that I like, but it works out both ways. Okay? So because we're me doing it, let's get our variables all on the left and we'll get our numbers all on the right, okay? So right now I have a 5 over here. This is my variable side, so I'm going to subtract 5 because you can see it's a positive 5. So to undo that, I subtract it. So that cancels over here, subtract 5 over here. Bring down the rest of my equation. 14a equals 9a, and then negative 5 minus 5 is actually plus negative 5. So if I'm already negative and I'm going to subtract more, that means I'm going to be more negative. So that's how we get negative 5 minus 5 is the same as negative 5 plus negative 5. So negative 5 and negative 5 is negative 10. Okay, so that's done. Bring those down. 14a equals 9a minus 10. So again, I want all of my variables over here, my numbers over here, so I'm going to get this 9a out of there. It's a positive 9a, so I'm going to subtract 9a from both sides. These are like terms, so I can actually subtract that. That cancels there. So here I have 14 minus 9 is 5. So 5a equals, bring down my negative 10. So those are done. Okay, so now I have 5a equals negative 10. So now I just continue to unwrap that variable. So right now the 5 is being multiplied to it. So to undo that, I divide, right? Divided by 5, negative 10 divided by 5. That cancels over here. A equals negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. Okay, and then box your answer. So I can see you among all your work where the answer is. Okay? You hopefully remember this from class. If not, these are fairly simple, so you should be okay. Okay, let's do the next one to practice one more, and then I'll give you your assignment, okay? So 12c minus 4 equals 14c minus 10. Just for fun, we'll do the variables on the right this time, okay, and the numbers on the left, just so you can see it both ways and see that it works both ways. So if I want my variables over here, I'm going to move this 12c first. It's a positive 12c, so I'm going to subtract 12c. Cancel it from that side. Subtract 12c over there, so I bring down my negative 4 and my equal sign. 14c minus 12c is going to be 2c, and then bring down my negative 10. Okay, so now I have negative 4 equals 2c minus 10. So again, I want all my variables on the right, my numbers on the left. So this negative 10 doesn't have a variable, so I'm going to move it over to the other side. It's a negative 10, it's subtracting, so I'm going to add 10, because that's the inverse, to get it out of there. And remember, whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other, because otherwise that equal sign would not mean anything, right? So subtract 10, or add 10 to both sides. Negative 4 plus 10 becomes 6, right? Equals 2c. Can you guys still see that? Sort of, kind of. It's kind of high up. Okay, so 6 equals 2c. I'm going to kind of write higher over here. I have the c with the 2 right here, so I still need to unwrap that c. The 2 is being multiplied by the c, so to undo that, I divide by 2 on both sides. So c equals 6 divided by 2, which is 3. Or if you were doing it with that order, 3 equals C. Either one of those work. Okay? You can't see the bottom one. Either C equals 3 or 3 equals C. Okay? So a couple things to remember. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other, because otherwise that equal sign would be null and void, because it promises that what's over here equals what's over here. So we have to keep it balanced all the time. Also, remember your inverse operations, because that's how you unwrap the variable or undo what's being done to it in order to figure out what that variable is worth, okay? So here is your assignment for this week. Grab a pencil and a paper and write it all down. There's 6 of them. Okay, remember to write these down, complete them, and then either take a picture and email it to me, or you can show me in our Zoom chat Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 or at noon, and then I can put your name in the gift card drawing if you complete this one and then the one from Thursday's video, okay? If you guys have any questions, email me. I'm always available. Otherwise, I'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks, guys.